California has been in a drought for many years. It just hasn't been raining. If we didn't have water, probably what California would look like would be a desert. And California is the state that pretty much feeds the whole nation. Watsonville is definitely surrounded by agriculture. My mom has been working in the agriculture business since her teenage years. My whole family works in the fields, all my uncles, all my aunts, my grandparents did, including cousins and including myself. Everything we eat starts in a farm, and we need water in order to grow the crops. If the rain never comes back, I don't know what the consequences would be. That would affect a great majority of residents here in Watsonville. It might go as far as to affect my family. Many would consider to leave the state and try to find another place to work. That would be really sad. Whenever I read about the drought, it makes me feel concerned. I hear stories such as farmers taking down their crops because they don't have that much water. When I think about climate change in the future and the drought, it does make me think about my sisters to the point where I want to do something for them. Something can be done. Family is very important to me. I would do whatever I could in order to protect my family.
It's mostly about the winter coming late. In December 2008, it was the worst flood that I remember. You could see all of this water just flowing swiftly into the village that way. I heard these loud thumps and bumps on the side of the house. And I figured that was probably the ice sheets that broke apart from the river that are hitting the house. This year we lost about 8 feet, and a few weeks ago we lost another 5 feet. We have another 40 or so feet left until the bank of the river reaches our house. If it keeps moving at the same rate in the next few years, we might have to move our house to another location. It does scare me because we don't know if there'll be an ice pack or not in the future, and it's part of our everyday lives. Yeah, we're really dependent on the tundra or the ocean. The warmer temperatures could affect our way of life out here. It would be hard on our family, and not only my family, but all of the families in the community.
My name is Annie. I'm 18 years old. I'm from Far Rockaway, which is in New York City. It's surrounded by water on 3 sides. The beach is really what Far Rockaway is all about. Sandy happened October 29th, 2012. Around 8 p.m., that's when we really started seeing the water come in, and we heard like the gushing sound in our basement. The water was taller than me. It felt like I was dreaming, like this couldn't be happening. And you're at that point when you have to think, like, how are we gonna get out the house? Are we gonna have to swim? I was just so scared. I think New York believes that we're a city that can't be touched. So for Sandy to happen to us, we felt it was like really surreal. There weren't any more buses or trains. There was no public transportation. So I wasn't able to go to school for like a week. Far Rockaway was most affected because we're right by the water. For us to have flooding, it devastated us. Right after Sandy, we stayed in our house for like a month because we didn't have anywhere to go. I was in the 10th grade and I'm here, I'm like, my power is out. I have no hot water. I lost my house. It was really hard. I spent most of my sophomore year living in a hotel room. I only had 1 suitcase full of clothes because we lost like everything. Right now we're living in the Bronx. We finally got our own apartment. It's not home, but we're trying to make it as homely as possible. I don't think anyone did anything to deserve this, to lose their home, to have to relocate. For the people who think that Sandy is done and forgotten, I want them to know that people like me still exist, that we're still here, we're still struggling. We still want to go home, but we can't because we have nothing to go to. I was telling them that they could come and see my house and see the damages and see that it still exists. I hope people wake up and see that climate change is happening. People are losing lives in homes. Like, it's real. How can you not want to change this? How can you not want to help? It's important to know not to lose hope. If we don't stop, our CO2 emissions is only going to get worse. Storms are only going to get bigger. More people are going to lose their homes. We don't have a choice. We have to do something. I think we're the last generation to actually help stop climate change. Like, after us, I don't know. If we don't take a stand right now, it's only going to get worse.